Andaman and Nicobar Islands, one of the India's most beautiful and favorite travel destination. Crystal clear waters, untouched forests, rare wildlife, it feels like paradise. Deep in the paradise lies Great Nicobar Island, now at the center of one of the India's biggest development debates because of Indian government initiative of development project called a Great Nicobar Project in Nicobar Island. Is it a disaster for the environment? Does it really provide an economic boost to India? Why is government so stubborn about this project? The Great Nicobar Project in India just took a major step forward as a National Green Tribunal approved the environmental clearance for the project worth 90,000 crore rupees, about $11 billion. The project aims to create a strategic port, airport and industrial hub on the island. But it raises major environmental concerns as it will take up around 166 square kilometers, including 130 square kilometers of the forest land, inhabited by Nicobarians and Champan tribal communities, both scheduled tribes, with Champan categorized as a particular vulnerable tribal group. Environmentally, it is very risky. The project is planned on the Nicobar Island, one of the India's most ecological fragile zones. It is a home to rare species like Nicobar megaport and nesting grounds on the leatherback sea turtle. Large-scale deforestation could affect coral reefs, marine life and even indigenous communities. It also involves the diversion of forest land in Galatia Bay, Pemaya Bay and Nanjapa Bay, where indigenous Nicobaris used to live before 2004 tsunami. According to official documents, this project will lead to cutting off around 9.64 lakh trees. It is an entire ecosystem being wiped out at once. Interestingly, the government responded by saying this is not deforestation but an article of faith, meaning development here is being treated as a belief of commitment. Along with forests, Champan communities were asked to vacate their land. Many residents say they were forced to relocate despite depending on this land for the generations. Next, if we look on at the context of economic boost to India, yes, it is beneficial but mostly in long term and not without cost. Supporters say this project could transform India's economy, creating jobs, strengthening trade routes near the Malacca Strait and reducing dependency on the foreign ports. Supporters argue it can create a major international port, boost trade, logistics and tourism, reduce India's dependency on the foreign transshipment hub, creates jobs and infrastructures. But critics point out economic benefits are long-term and uncertain. Environmental loss will cost more than an economic gains. Local communities may not benefit equally. So economically promising but not guaranteed. What makes this even more alarming is that both local communities and experts warn about the tsunami risk. Local point out their villages were destroyed in 2004 tsunami, and the expert says the island is still seismically unstable. So the question is, how will you safely build a township and a massive port in a tsunami-prone zone? Despite these warnings from locals and scientists, the project continues, showing how strategic goals are being placed above local voices. Let's see how stubborn the government is towards the project. The government sees this project as strategically crucial, close to major global shipping routes, important for national security in the Indo-Pacific region, a way to position India as a global maritime and trade power. From the government's perspective, this is not just development but a strategic national project, which is why they continue despite criticisms. The Great Nicobar Project sits at the crossroad of development, environment and national strategy. And the real question is, can India balance all these three? For more updates on news from the world, follow, subscribe, like and share our page Philos Factory, powered by curiosity, driven by facts.